Hi everyone! Alright, so I finally have an updated skincare video for you. I've been getting quite a few questions on Instagram about my skincare routine, and so I decided to make a new video on it because some of the things that I do have changed since. A lot of the products, almost all the products here that I have, I've purchased myself and I've been purchasing for years. One of the major brands that I love to use, I cannot say enough good things about is Paula's Choice. I originally came across Paula's Choice when I was in my early 20s. I came across her books and I saw her on TV, and it was Don't Go to the Cosmetics Counter Without Me, and she reviews tons of products. So now she make that available for free online. It's beautypedia.com. I'll put all the links below and to the website. And I do not go shopping without reading her reviews, like foundations especially. Those are the most important things for me. Because for those of you that don't know, I'm 36 years old and I've had oily skin since I was probably about 12. And I used to battle breakouts all the time. It's been like a crazy long journey, and I figured that would end when I was finished being a teenager, but no. Sadly, I still have extremely oily skin. So I'll show you some of the products that I use for my skin, and yeah, but I guess, luckily, because my skin is oily, I don't have as many wrinkles. And hopefully I look young for years to come, but oh well. Anyway, so let's get this started. So I guess I'll start with my nighttime routine. This is my most, intricate routine that I do because I wear quite a bit of makeup during the day. And I really enjoy removing my makeup at the end of the day. There's nothing better than like freshly clean skin. So I start with my eyes, and what I use to remove my eye makeup is Biotherm's Balm-To-Oil deep cleanser and makeup remover. It's this one here. What it looks like is it's kind of like like coconut oil almost. So it's a solid, and then you take a little bit in your fingers, you rub it together, and it emulsifies really quickly. And you just kind of rub it onto your eye makeup, and it dissolves, the eyeliner and mascara and everything. And then what I do is I wipe it away with a cotton pad afterwards. I find it easier to use and to travel with because it is a solid. In the past, I used the MAC Cleanse Off oil, and it always seemed to leak into my travel kit, and that was really annoying because after I remove my eye makeup, I actually use MAC wipes. I've been using this for years now, and I find that it helps to get off all my foundation, my lipstick, and it even helps to remove the last little bit of eye makeup that's left over from the oil that the cotton pad didn't remove. And I've always liked the way it smells, and it's never irritated my skin. So after removing all of the makeup with makeup remover, it's time to wash my face. And what I use is CereVe's Foaming Facial Cleanser for normal to oily skin. For those of you who don't know, I have very, very oily skin. Like, it's an oil slick. Like, it sucks. I've always had very oily skin, and yeah, it's always been a pain in the butt. I always use a cleanser, a gentle cleanser that is made for oily skin because it helps dissolve the oils a little bit better than something like a cream cleanser or something made for really dry skin. I really like this one because it makes my skin feel pretty clean. So L'Oreal was kind enough to provide me with the Clarisonic Fit. However, I've been using the Clarisonic or a Clarisonic now for 3 years, I think. I first purchased it when I was in downtown Disney with Vintage Tacky and Goldie Starling, and they both use it, and they both highly recommended that I try it out. So I bought the Mia, which was just one speed, and I used it for quite a few years. The battery started kind of dying out on it. It only lasted for like 2 face washes before I'd have to charge it for hours. So L'Oreal was kind enough to provide me with the brand new Clarisonic Fit. And the difference between them is that this one here I had the Mia one, so I had 1 speed. This one has 2. So that's the first speed. That's the second speed. I always used to use the second speed, I don't know. And this one here is just kind of like a handheld one. It's smaller, it's a little bit more compact, and it fits into my travel kit a little bit better because, you know, it's just kind of round. It's not like this kind of awkward shape with a handle and everything. Anyways, I've been using this now, this one here, for probably about 3 weeks and everything, and I love it. I love it. The reason why I like to use it is because I feel like it gets my skin a little bit cleaner. It washes off most of the residue, whereas just using a sponge and everything, I don't feel like it cleanses off all the makeup remover and excess foundation, anything that's kind of left over. And it maneuvers around my piercings really well. It works really well, like, because if I use a sponge, sometimes it kind of gets caught on some of the beads and everything like that, whereas this one just kind of moves over it very smoothly. And it makes you wash your face for a good amount of time, so it has a timer on it. Yeah, the Clarisonic, a lot of people like it because it helps with their pores and everything, but I use some other products to help with that. So yeah, I didn't really know too much of a difference with that, but I really like the way it cleanses my face. So there's a Clarisonic Fit and the CereVe Foaming Facial Cleanser. So once I've patted my face dry after washing it, then I go in with a toner. Now I go in with Paula's Choice Skin Balancing Pore-Reducing Toner for normal to oily combination skin. So it looks like this. And I just put it on a cotton pad, like not very much and everything, and then I just kind of like wipe it my face, and I put it on my eyes too as well. And yeah, it just kind of helps take away that real tightness, and it also, plus it's supposed to remove any residue that's left on your skin. But my face is usually pretty clean once I'm done the whole washing process. But yeah, it kind of takes away that real tightness that you can sometimes feel after washing your face. Once that's dry, then I either go in with Paula's Choice Skin Perfecting 2% BHA gels. It's salicylic acid. Salicylic acid is a exfoliator. So if you feel like your skin is like really kind of dull looking, or if you get a lot of bumps or blackheads, or you know, like some mild acne and everything like that, you'll find that this really helps because it actually goes into the pore and exfoliates from inside the pore. So this one is a 2% salicylic acid, and then this one here, the Resist Weekly Retexturizing Foaming Treatment, 4% BHA. This is for normal to oily skin. So this one here is one that I use every couple of days. So I don't use it every night like this one, but I use it every few days. And it's best to use this kind of at night before you go to sleep. But these two here are really great for reducing bumps and blackheads. These two are some of the reasons why I haven't noticed like a giant difference when I use the Clarisonic, is because I was already exfoliating beforehand, before I started using it. And then if I need to, let's say if it's winter time and I need to add extra moisturizer, I don't always do it at night, but sometimes I do. But I always add it to my eyes because I don't actually apply the BHA around my eyes or my lips. So sometimes they get like a little bit dry and I feel like they need a little bit of love. So I use the Paula's Choice Skin Balancing Invisible Finish Moisture Gel. This one here is for like nice and oily skin. It's like a really smooth feeling product. It's kind of like a cream and everything like that, but it's more like a gel, and it helps to hydrate a little bit, you know, if you need that, just like a little bit of moisturization, but you don't want something really emollient. So that's pretty much it for my nighttime routine. So for the morning, I go in with the facial cleanser again, and I don't use the Clarisonic. I only use that once a day because if I use it twice a day, I feel like it's a little bit hard on my skin. So I'll just use my fingers because I don't have very much on my skin, just like an oil slick basically. So I just kind of use my fingers to break it down. And the cleanser, I rinse that off. And then I go in with a toner again, the exact same toner I used at night. And then the most important part for me is actually my sunscreen. Now, I should have started this when I was younger, but back in the 80s and like 90s, sunscreen wasn't like a huge deal. It only became a big deal after, I think, like the holes in the ozone and things like that, when radiation was actually pretty high, I think. And that's when they started making a lot of awareness about SPF. So I should have realistically started it before the age of 18. If you're under the age of 18 and you're using a tanning bed or you're constantly going out in the sun, you will regret it later on. Because either you're gonna get wrinkles, or depending on how pale you are, you might get actual melanoma. Anyways, so I use the Paula's Choice Resist Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense. So this is SPF 30 and it's actually made for oily skin. What I really like about this is it's kind of tinted and it's very matte. And I love matte. So I always apply this every single day. Even if I'm not going out, if I wash my face in the morning, I apply this because the sun, you know, like coming in from your windows and all that kind of stuff, even on a cloudy day, and that also has UVA and UVB rays in it. And last but not least, this is like the most important part of my oily skincare routine during the day. So probably I use the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. So I use this foundation here, and it's a really nice foundation for people with oily skin. For dry skin, I believe that it clings and then it goes into like the wrinkles and it just kind of looks really cakey. But for oily skin, this is amazing. It feels so light, like you don't feel like you have anything on your, well, you feel like you have it, but you don't feel like you have like a thick kind of layer of foundation. So I really love it. But even with this foundation, I still get, you know, oil after a couple, like 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours kind of going through. So I use the Paula's Choice Shine Stopper Instant Matte Finish for normal to oily skin. What I do is I just take like a bead of it and then I just kind of like tap it between my fingers and then I just kind of pat it on top of all my makeup. So right now I have it on top of my foundation, my powder, everything. And this actually prolongs when I have to de-slick my face with blotting papers. It prolongs it for a couple hours. Whereas, you know, by the time I get to work, if I forget to use this, I have to pretty much start removing the oil from my face by then. And I don't repowder throughout the day. I hate repowdering because I feel like it's really cakey. So I just kind of I use those papers just to remove oil all throughout the day. But anyways, this really helps. It's actually a lifesaver. It saves my makeup because my makeup doesn't just kind of like, you know, blot off right away and everything. But yeah. That is my skincare routine. I hope I didn't blab on too much. I hope it's like all right. It's pretty basic. I try to keep my skincare routine very simple. And again, all the products here that I use, besides the Clarisonic, I purchased and I've been purchasing from Paula's Choice for years. It's online. I really suggest that you go look at it because they have a lot of really good products. It's cruelty-free. It comes from the US, and I've always trusted Paula's reviews for a lot of products. I hope you guys found this video informative. I hope it helps you out, and I'll see you later.